Hello, I'm VR Critic, and welcome to my first impressions and initial thoughts on Cosmic Trip by Funktronic Labs. The game has just launched into early access on Steam for $14.99 US or $16.99 Canadian. First, let's talk about the presentation of the game. Out of the VR games that have released so far, this has to be one of the most beautiful, with shimmering sands that remind me of the indie game Journey, and the pastel-like art style chosen for the game is very pleasing to the eye. The animations are very smooth and satisfying, and the sound effects used for the buttons and interactions fit the tone of the game perfectly. However, the music and sound effects used are very treble heavy and can sometimes be a bit uncomfortable to your ears and make you want to turn down the volume. The controller haptics are very satisfying, with vibrations ranging from subtle to heavy right where you would expect them. Moving on to gameplay, it's quite solid and definitely shows potential. For now, the main objective is to simply move from point to point and try to gather as many materials as you can to build as many robots as you can. You have worker bots that will mine minerals for you, and laser bots that will help you defend from enemies. There are currently 3 varieties of enemies, the first being a basic pawn enemy that will charge in and do contact damage, the second which is more of a tank and will take many hits to kill, and the third which is a shooter. Alongside the laser bots to shoot enemies, you're given your own set of weapons. They are 2 laser discs that you can charge up to make more powerful and then throw at the enemies like a frisbee. The laser discs feel kind of awkward, and I find that I don't often throw them like I would a frisbee, but instead turn them vertical and throw them that way for more precision. As an alternative to the laser discs, you can also build a turret for much quicker and easier shooting, although it's currently very weak and most definitely feels like a pea shooter. The turret appears to have an upgrade slot on it, so it will no doubt have the potential to become more powerful in later updates. The turret has a sight on it, but it doesn't have a reticle in the sight, making it kind of useless for aiming. And that's really it for gameplay. You fight endless waves of hostiles, harvest their ectoplasms, and use them to build as much as you can alongside the minerals you refine. You can travel from station to station and expand them for as long as you please. In the game's current very early state, most people probably won't get more than an hour of gameplay. The game is very optimized and runs very smoothly, so it's unlikely you'll have any performance issues. The game advertises as both standing and room scale, but it really only feels like standing, as there's barely any walking around you'll end up doing. I really hope they expand into more potential for room scale gameplay. Overall, the game is very fun and very satisfying to play, and I can recommend it. Just be aware that if you're buying it right now, you're more buying it as an early investment and a way to support the developers than paying for what the game is now. And those are my quick thoughts on Cosmic Trip. I'll be keeping tabs on its development and including it in future update videos. Feel free to keep on watching for some uncut gameplay, and I'll see you next time.
You